So the carbon fiber high wing on the C8 Corvette is no more. That's right, I have taken it off and put a brand new spoiler on the back of the C8 that's a bit unique and you don't see it that very often. All of that being revealed in today's video. So alrighty guys, so thanks for tuning into the channel. And like I said before, we have gotten rid of the high wing on the C8 Corvette and we put something very different and unique on it that I'm actually really digging a lot. It's like, now that I've seen it in person and put it on the C8 and driven around with it, this thing is gonna look so fantastic. So what I'm talking about is the Ducktail Spoiler that you can get from Extreme Online Store. And until I got one in person, I have yet to see one in my area of someone else sporting this kind of spoiler. So I think it is something that if you're looking for something very unique for your C8 Corvette, I think it works really, really well. Now this rear duckbill, or rather ducktail, by the way, I'll be using that term interchangeably because my brain's kind of weird like that. Anyways, this ducktail comes in 3 different forms: the carbon fiber version, carbon flash version, and then a black primer version. Now you can imagine which one I got, which is the carbon fiber version for $289, which is an insane deal for this kind of part that I can't wait to show you guys later in the video. Then there's the carbon flash version that sells for $189, and then you have a black primer version that is ready for custom paint that starts at $149. So in regards for a new rear spoiler for the C8 Corvette, these are all a fantastic deal for a spoiler that I feel is highly underrated for what you get. Now, if you're wondering why I removed my high wing and put this on, well, there's 2 reasons for that actually. The first reason was that the old high wing that I had, I started to notice after 2.5 years of having it on there that it's starting to have quite a bit of wear on it. And it was very, very apparent in some of the pillars and actually the side fins as well. And on top of that, it started to show a bit of yellowing on the actual surface of the carbon fiber. Part of that, I believe, is genuinely because of the elements, having it for about 2.5 years, and it's just showing its age. And on top of that, there's a couple of dimples on the actual part itself that I honestly didn't notice until a few months ago, and it's just kind of been bugging me, and I just wanted something that was a little different. When I first purchased that high wing a couple of years ago, they were very hard to come by. We were in the middle of the COVID pandemic. Supply chains were a mess. It was really hard to get one, and not that many people had the high wing, and especially in a carbon fiber version. So that's why I wanted to get one. But now it's actually pretty common to see high wings, and I'm not one to try to be like, I need to have the most unique thing. My Corvette needs to be unique, but I do like to have a little bit of uniqueness and just not the same thing everybody else has. So that's where I started looking around, and I found this product from Extreme Online Store. And there's other duckbill type spoilers out there on the market, but this one was extremely aggressive with its angle that it pops up, and I really, really like that. I still like having a very aggressive looking C8, and I think this definitely fits the bill. Now this video is a little different than my usual product review videos. I tried to do an unboxing of this. It was in my garage. The lighting wasn't the best that I would have liked. It was a cold day and cloudy. I barely have any sunlight right now. And so I wanted to try to do a little bit differently. So it's on the car and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about it a bit more, but I'm gonna show you what the process looks like to install this on your C8 Corvette. So let's show that, and then we'll show it on the car.
you changed.
So alrighty guys, so we've installed the new carbon fiber duckbill on the C8 Corvette, and it's time to reveal how it looks. So without further ado, check it out guys. That is beautiful stuff right there. Now in the sunlight, it's a lot easier to show you exactly how this is gonna look. And honestly, I think this is starting to become my favorite piece on the C8. That amount of carbon fiber just showing and glimmering on like as just a nice curved surface is just fantastic looking. I absolutely love how this looks, especially in the sunlight. It just glimmers perfectly. So how's the view from inside on the rear camera mirror? As you can see, it still has a pretty good view with the camera. You probably will need to do some adjusting to get the best angle, but overall I don't see it being an issue. I will say though that there is a bit of loss in visibility if you use the rear mirror itself looking out the back window, but honestly that's something that's always been a challenging view, especially if you have a high wing even, so just something to keep in mind. Now the install for this was a little bit challenging, I'm not gonna lie. It's not going to be a plug and play most likely in your case, and frankly for me it wasn't. I had to not only do you have to take that rear bumper, which is kind of a pain but doable, you had like the holes to the actual part do not line up with the typical holes on there if you have a high wing or just a Z51 lower wing. In most cases you're probably gonna have to slot those holes or just drill them out a little bit to get everything to line up. So that's a little bit of a challenge to do if you're not really used to doing this stuff. I ended up using a file and a bit of a drill to make sure to be able to get that kind of to make it all line up properly, but eventually I was able to get it to line up and it was all fine, and I didn't have any kind of issues afterwards to get it to work. Now this piece, along with the spiel that I usually say for all my carbon fiber pieces, you're gonna definitely want to ceramic coat this, but on top of that you're probably gonna want to do some paint protection film to basically keep it all nice and protected. That sharp angle on this duckbill, if you have any kind of rock that happens to somehow go right over the top of your seat and hits that thing dead on, you're gonna have that duckbill get cracked. And if you don't believe me, my old high wing that didn't have that aggressive of an angle still had some rock chips on it, somehow got hit from a rock flying from maybe a truck or something like that. Again, it's one of those things, it's better to be safe than sorry. I will say I did attempt to try to do PPF myself using 3M PPF film that I had bought. I thought it would be easy enough because it's just a slight curvature, but no, that was a little bit harder than I realized, and I had to kind of abandon that approach. I probably could get it to work if I did it in sections or just cut it out and used a larger piece, but it was just one of those things, it just wasn't working for me. I don't necessarily think at least a PPF job for that is a DIY. But who knows, if you have a little bit more experience than me doing paint protection films and stuff and applying them, maybe you have better luck. But at least for me personally, I wasn't able to do it successfully, at least not to give it a good look that doesn't look like it was just, you know, done in somebody's garage. So that's something to keep in mind, that if you're gonna get this kind of duckbill spoiler, you're probably gonna wanna take it to a body shop or somewhere that can do the ceramic coating and the PPF on top of that, and you're able to get that all protected. Because I mean, it's a nice piece. It is under $300, so it's pretty much a steal of a price for what you're getting. But you know, still the hassle of trying to take it off and put a new one on, all that, you're best just putting PPF on it just to protect it. So that's that. But overall, I think this is a good product that I definitely would recommend, especially if you're looking for something a little bit unique and maybe a lower profile than like the high wing. It still looks very aggressive to me, and you don't see one around. Honestly, I've seen some of the low profile spoilers out there that are kind of like the duckbills, but this one's still aggressive, and I have not seen one like that anywhere in my area kind of deal. So if you're looking to be just plainly unique, this is definitely unique and it's tasteful in my opinion. So that's gonna wrap up today's video. If you like this video, please check out any of my other videos and we'll see you next time.